Have you ever typed a Linux command and got this error like permission denied? It actually happens many times. If you are new, then you may not aware, but it happens. So that one message makes someone's to be the reason for not using the Linux, or they feel difficult to use Linux. So in this video today, I will going to clear that and make you understand how this is happen and why. So this video is basically based on how to manage, or how to, you can say, add users or group and give permission to them in Linux. So in previous video we had already learned about the topics, not the topics but the Linux simple basic Linux command. So if you have not seen that, so please go and watch the video. It was a very interesting video. And today we are going to see the new topic of this series. This is a continued series of Linux. So if you are not aware about it, so go and watch the previous videos, then come back. So before starting with the concept or practically, I will like to tell you that in Linux user, have you ever heard that window having multiple user? Might you have heard one or two, three user, but in Linux you can create multiple user because Linux is a multi-user system. This is the reason because in Windows, if you create multiple users, then you can log in or access to a single user at a time. But Linux make this difference clearly that when you log into Linux, you have multiple user, and multiple user can log in at the same time and can perform various tasks at the same time. So this makes the Linux different. So let's start the video and understand the topic of today's video, which we are going to see. And you also watch this video, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe and share to your friends also, please. So Linux having three users, three type of users in Linux we have. First is a root user, which is also known as super user in Linux. And second one, if I talk about normal users, for example, you have created a username test and you have assigned some permission to it so that it can so that it can access to particular task or something whichever you have assigned. And third one, if I talk about, which is a system user, and this is not for the humans, or not for the people who are using Linux. It is actually created by the system only when you install Linux or run in VM in any way. So this three type of user, main user will be the root user, which is also known as super user, as I told. So today we are going to see how this permission denied, all these things occur due to not having the access permission to some files or folders. So group is nothing but the collection of users. For example, if you have IT team, or you always make group. For example, you are in college having the group of you are doing some project and having one group. So in group you have members. So members are nothing but the users. So here same we are doing. And Linux also we are creating another one group and adding members to them, so they can be a part of that group. And whatever the permissions group have, they users can also be the part of that. So this is how we manage groups. So now let's practically understand how this happens actually. Starting, I already told you about how it happens, what happens actually, permission denied, how this happens and how we can manage this thing. So today we are going to learn the concept of user adding. First of all, we will learn how to add users, how to add groups, how to add password to user. For example, user want to log in with their user ID and password, so how they can log in to system. We will create password and user also. We will make group and add members to group, add members, I mean to say add user to group. So all this thing we are going to do. Let's get started. So let's start with the practical. As I can see the list of, so first of all I will do SSH so that I can log into my VM, as I am on PowerShell, Windows PowerShell. Just a minute. I need to just log in. So now I have just logged on my what we can say VM, which is actually running here. VM is actually running here. You can see here the n number of user on the screen: Harry, Natasha, Oil, Ram, something like that. So this is how we are going to now learn how we can add user. So I am not on root, so first I will go to our root. So we have the permission to add user, otherwise we can't add user. If I show user add Ram, so for example Ram is already available. This is how you will get when you try to add user. Permission denied. This is what I was telling you, that permission denies occur when you are not having the root permission. Actually root having the UID, which is called user ID of 0, and 0 means it is having all the permission, it can do anything on the system. um, so now I will switch on root permission, that is sudo hyphen I, and it will ask for password. So I will enter my password, just a second. So I think password is wrong. Yeah, I have login to root. You can see here root server B, it is written. Now if you want to add user, you have the command user add, and you can give the name of that particular user you want to add. For example, I want to add a user as a saukar, so you can add. So this is how I have added user. uh, if you want to see whether you have added user is available or not, is added successfully or not, then you can, what you can do, you can run a command named tail. For example, tailhead is something like that. You can run etc and pass wd. Here user is available in pass wd. So now you can see here that saukar is already as I added, and now it is present and having the bin bash permission. Bin bash is actually the cell permission. So I would like to give password to, for a second, password to saukar, for example. So now as I have written here password, passwd is a command through which you can add password to particular, or give assign a password to particular user named saukar. And whatever you have written, you write according to me, but change the name if you want. So as you hit enter button, the cell will ask for a new password, and you can enter any new password, whatever you like. So two time you have to enter. First time is a new password, second time you have to confirm or retype that new password. So now authentication have token some updated successfully. It means the password is assigned to user successfully. So this is how we have added user. Now we will add group, and then we will append that user in that group, or we will add user in that group. So for group add, we have the command group add, just like that. And you have to now give the name of that group. For example, I want to give IT team, so you can give the name. So this is how I have added group. Now if you want to see the group, so what you can do, you have to same type the tail command. Now etc, inside etc directory, we have the group. So sorry, we have the group. So here now you can see the it team is added, and you can also see the saukar, which I have created the user Saukar is also available. So now we have created group and also added a user to it and assign password to that user. Now what we will do, we will try to add that user to this IT team group. So first of all, what you have to do, just user mod, user mod hyphen, there are various method you can directly add user to the group. We will learn in upcoming videos, but you can also do like that. We have the user, so we have to add in what, in secondary group, whatever the group I have, I can add in secondary group. Is there nothing but primary and secondary are types of group. So I would like to append my user in IT team. So IT team, I have to give the name of group, then which user I would like to add Saukar as user. I have added this. So by using tail slash etc slash group command, you can see the user is available in IT team. Are you getting? This is how, this is very much simple way to add, and there are various method available in Linux, or various command available, so you can add according to it, nothing worry about that. So this is how we have created the user and assign password, and we have already created team and assigned team user to that team. So this is what I want to actually tell you, that this is how it is a very simple. As you left the root, as I am logging to root system, and as you left this root system, you are not able to access, or you are not able to add the group or user, because root having the permission. And if you want to want user to be created and having the permission to add, then we have the sudo permission we can assign to that user, and user can have the permission to run that command. So actually this is how happens. For example, if you are a root user, as I am logged in root user, so for example, I will create one file and name Saukar, anything you can type. Touch file I have done, file is created, I can see Saukar is there available. If I want to see the permission, if you don't know ls-ld or ls-a something, whatever this command, so please watch my previous video. I have already taught many commands regarding simple basic commands, so you can see to that. ls-l, you can see here the Saukar, the file which I have created on 25th Jan, is having the read write. This is the this permission is for root, and this is group permission, and last is the other permission. So if you want to change the permission, so I would like to for example give all permission. So what you can do, you can chown, or you can chmod, chmod, and we have 770. Others I'm not giving permission, but root and group having the permission of all. For example, read write and execute. So root user and group, so they both have the access to this file. For example, I uh, write this Saukar. Now if I run this command, you see this become green color, because now the root having what, read write execute, and the group having the read write and execute permission, others not having any permission. If you like, if you want to add a permission to others, you can also assign permission. For example, you want the other can read this file Saukar, so you can, what you can do, you can just type chmod, and 77 was there, no 77, you can type 774 and Saukar, for example. In such case, you will see that read permission is assigned to others, and execute, write and execute is not assigned, as I have not given permission to others to execute this file. So they don't have, they have only read only permission. So this is how you can change the permission. Chmod matlab changing, modifying the permission. Chmod is the command which is used to modify the permission. If you want to give, for example, chmod 550 saukar. So if you do ls hyphen l, ls hyphen l is basically listing. So you will see that the root having the read and execute, and the group permission having the read and execute, others don't have any permission, because 5 means, if I will explain you in detail what are the permission, how it is assigned in octal number. So here 7 actually means what. 7 means, 7 means 7 actually means having read, write and execute permission. So basically the read having, if I talk about the read, so read having the permission of 4. 4 is assigned to read, and write having permission 2, and execute having 1 octal number. So this is how numbers denote to each permission. So if you add this number 4 to 6 plus 1 7, so if you assign 7, the whole permission will be assigned to someone, and if you assign only 4, then only read permission will be assigned. So according to this rule you can also give permission like in alphabet also. So this is how you can give permission to any files and folders, directories, whatever you have. This is the basic about the permission, how you can give permission to any files and folders. And if you want to change the permission, for example, just a minute, I will show you some, you know for example, as I do ls, you can see saukar file which I had created. And if I do ls hyphen l, just I want to list that file. So for that I run this command ls hyphen l, listing the whatever the directory files present. So as I listed, you can see the permission. This is the root permission, this is the group permission. For example, as in today's session I have created one user named saukar, and one team, it team. So now we are going to change the permission. For example, we'll assign it team as a group, and saukar as a root permission. So let's do that. Ch own, change ownership. We will going to change the ownership basically in this, as root having the ownership of this root, and root having the ownership of group as a root, because we are on the root directory. I want to assign. So chown is the command through which we can change the ownership of any file or directory. So for example, I have saukar as a user, and it team as a group. Whom I have to assign, I will assign this file name saukar. So now we will see ls hyphen l. Now you can see here saukar is the root now, and group permission is given to it team. So this is how basically permissions deal with, and we actually deal with the permission. So for today's this much only, and we will meet in next video. Till that, please like and subscribe the channel, and if you are new, and please watch previous video so that you can get connected with us. So thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.